You're welcome back to News Insights. The journey to build a nation, or the project to build a nation, is something that we would like all hands to be on deck. As it is, we have some best hands in Nigeria that are not interested in even advising the government or talking to the government. Somebody like our former CBN governor, Emir Sanusi, made a statement that he is not interested in talking to this government. Well, guys.
Yes, Sanusi is a major stakeholder in the Nigerian project.
Yes.
Sanusi has been involved in making both past and present government. Sanusi was actively involved in making Tinubu president. Sanusi was actively involved in making Buhari government. Sanusi was also actively involved in making Jonathan to lose power.
Yes.
So Sanusi is a seasoned economist. Sanusi is an experienced banker. He was the MD of First Bank and later the governor of CBN. Sanusi is interested in the project Nigeria and is a known voice on the northern region. I wonder why Sanusi, all of a sudden, that is not interested in talking to this present administration. And the people in this government, he has said that they are his friends, and we know that they are friends. So what could be amiss? Is there something not right between the fellow? Or all of a sudden, Sanusi has developed cold feet towards the project Nigeria? It's
a big signal. Honorable Eli, somebody like Emir of Kano is of high repute across the nation, but especially in the north. If somebody like that is saying he is not interested in talking to the government, probably he has spoken and, he didn't see them to be ready to take those things. And what does it portend for Nigeria and also for the current government?
For me, the way I look at it, I'm not trying to speak for Sanusi, but that shows a sign of disappointment in the people in power. Remember, like he rightly says, if you go through his statement, he said they are his friends. And he also complained about policies and the way they are implementing policies. I remember Sanusi is a head in the Islamic world, yet under his leadership, we've had peace within the Christians, the Muslims, and the non-religious people in Kano, in the northern part of the country. I was born in Kano.
Yeah, he was quoted to say that we should go back to our value, that a thief is a thief, whether you're a Yoruba or Hausa or Fulani or whatever, that a thief is a thief. He said it.
So it's like you sweating the knowledge Sanusi have. He worked for it. Sanusi is well schooled. Sanusi schooled within the Christians. He went to Christian missionary school. And so he understands Nigeria. He understands the plight of Nigerians. He understands what will make the country grow. And so if he's coming as a former CBN governor and then as a leader in the northern part of the country, a well-respected leader by both the Christians and the Muslims, and probably he has advised his friends, listen, a friend is different from an enemy.
Yeah.
When you say they are his friends, they are people that outside government business, they have personal relationships. So I'm sure he has told them things that will benefit, and he has just realized that these guys have their own way of doing things, not minding if what they are doing have negative or positive effect on the people of the country, as long as it satisfies them. So if I'm in his shoes, I think to that statement, it's a sign that he's tired of them not reasoning the way they should reason. It shows he's disappointed in the way they are piloting the affairs of the country by implement the kind of policies they bring, implementation of those policies, and then the negative effect on the people of Nigeria in terms of hunger, in terms of security. I'm sure he has advised them the way he thinks they should have listened. And then looking at it, then what is the need? Advising, continue to advise.
And they're not working with it. He said he cannot pretend to think or believe that all the predicaments we are facing today started today. That some of them were as a result of accumulation of failures of past government. But that the current government, he asked the question, are they doing rightly all they should do? He said no. So when somebody says things like this, do you think the government can, in some form, officially reach out to him so that Nigerians don't lose our from that wealth
Of experience.
of experience that he has.
Yes, I think the government should do well to reach out to him. You know, he said in his statement, said Nigeria cannot afford to go through another structural adjustment
Yes.
at this time of the nation.
Yes.
You know, like I said in my opening, Sanusi is a seasoned economist. He rose from the rank and file to become the managing director of First Bank. And you know what First Bank portend in Nigeria?
Yeah.
And he grew further to become the governor of CBN. And I've also said that Sanusi has been involved in making governance and or making government.
Yes.
You know, if he is expressing this dissatisfaction, it shows that all the people that believe in him will believe in that dissatisfaction. I think the best thing for the government to do is to reach out to him and draw from his weight of experience, or at least listen to him, so that if they are, you know, nobody's an island of flawless.
None.
So if the government think what they are doing is right, and this kind of person is not is saying that what you are doing is not perfectly right, I think you should rejig it a little bit, then it will be better for you. I think they should listen to it. They should call him to a round table, and people who, every other person that have expressed this opposition voice to the present policy of the government. It is not for the government to say that, oh, we are doing the best for the country, what we are doing will yield result in 10 years, 5 years. No, you should listen to the voice of people. That's why we are democracy.
Yes.
These people, they know what they are saying.
Yeah.
And if you draw from that and add to your own, will make it better for us.
Exactly. Like we were saying the other day that the voice of opposition is like an expo for the ruling party.
That is why.
Why Sanusi is not a partisan person at this point.
Moreover, it's not even an opposition to this
It's
government.
not opposition to this government.
Good.
He's a Nigerian who can raise some opposing view. You know, why not the government directly reach out and tell him those things you think we are not doing, can you get it across to us? What could be preventing them?
Well, I wouldn't say anything is preventing them other than, you know, you see, the thing is this, motive first.
Yes.
You know, yesterday we had a guest in the studio on another program that talked about image.
Yes.
Image is a reflection of
Who you are, yes.
And what is the interest of this government for the people? The people in power today, do they come into power because they want to serve the people, or they wanted it to be, it is my turn, I have to grow?
And that could also be why Sanusi has been
Of
held back.
course.
Sadly.
Because even God himself, you
have to ask.
The reason why God created man, he created man in his image and likeness, that they commune together.
Yeah.
That's why he created them in the Garden of Eden, and he go visiting them so that they discuss, they gist together as a family. The government of the day, are they reaching out to Nigerians as Nigerians, or are they looking at it that if you are not on their side, they have nothing to do with you? Probably Sanusi have seen that. Come, you know, why, like he has said, probably Sanusi have seen that all the advice he's trying to give, as long as it's not to their own personal interest.
Yeah.
And so, to a very large extent, I think it would be very good if the government, like you have asked, should call on Sanusi, not only Sanusi, people from opposition parties, people who have experience,
Yes.
you know, experience in different fields.
Yes.
Like we are crying, like Nigerians are crying. If you want to succeed, the government can bring everybody on board, which was what one person did or two people did. Late Yaradua tried to do it before life did not give him the power. And even Jonathan, as a PDP president, was never bullying or building a wall around him against the opposition. He was bringing them together and listening to each and everyone. Listening to people's advice and criticism does not mean that you must work with what they say, but it will help you to understand the real situation.
Also understand, measure yourself how far, to know how far you have gone. Okay, Sanusi said, let me quote directly. He said, I have decided not to speak about the economy or the reforms, nor to explain anything regarding them. If I explained, it would only benefit this government. It will only benefit this government. And I don't want to aid this government. You know, opposition can cash in on this and probably go and lock in with Sanusi to get the knowledge. No matter how you look at it, 2027 beyond is already by the corner. No matter how you look at it, in the political space. So, will this kind of statement worry Asiwaju that somebody said, I don't want to aid this government? I don't want to aid this government. If I had explained, it will only benefit them. Will he worry that opposition can just cash in since he's unwilling as it is?
It should be worried. It should be more than worried. Because what that statement portends is that I am not going to support you, but I'm going to work against you. Because how do you work against this? Like you said, this information, with the advice that I will give to you that will be of benefit to you, I would rather give it to your opponent.
Yes.
Because since you are not willing to listen to advice, so these people, we have tried you. I will say how much you can go. So the information I have, the advice I have, that would have made you succeed, let me try it elsewhere. So the government should be worried as a people and as a government.
The way I look at it again, it's a bit complicated somehow, because you said
In 2 minutes.
you don't want to give this advice to this government again because it will be beneficial to them.
What of Nigerians?
That is it. That is where I'm heading for.
Yes.
I'm not saying Sanusi is accusing them. That means the government of the day is not really working for Nigerians. And so there's no need, it's not seen any reason why he should gather this beautiful advice he has and be given to the people who are being selfish. Selfish, not having the interest of the country at heart, but their own personal interest. Only interest now. Why? I cannot be here just barely 2 years. We're talking of 2027.
So at the end of the day, the government should be worried that there is somebody who has a knowledge that might help them, but is unwilling to probably give it out to them simply because there is this synergy that is not coming up in some form. He said they are his friends. So I would rather want Asiwaju to probably make a stretch out official request. Yes, Emir Sanusi, we know how much you know. Please, can you make suggestion to us so that at the end of the day, Nigerians don't lose out. So I think, guys, we're going to be ending the conversation there. So we'll continue from there next time. So this is still News Insights. We'll be right back.